Yes, hello, it is I, Danhausen here. That's right, the Danhausen. Very nice, very evil, love that Danhausen, so on and so forth.
Hey, this is Cole Cabana, professional wrestler and former professional podcaster.
This is the artist formerly known as Fandango, a.k.a. Dirty Dango, a.k.a. Captain Midnight.
This is former WWE superstar and the greatest European champ of all time, D'Lo Brown here.
Hey, this is Olympic hero Kurt Angle.
Hey, it's CVV, Chris Van Vliet.
This is the king of NXT, Lexus. King?
Bro, it's Vince Russo.
What's the name of your thing?
The Fig Cave.
Tune into the Fig Cave.
You are listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
I love listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
And you're listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
And you are listening to a podcast right now. It's the Fig Cave.
And this is the Fig Cave.
And you're listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
You are listening to the Fig Cave podcast.
With my boys Phil, Tommy, and Nick. And if you're not listening, then you better recognize.
The Fig Cave podcast, the best podcast out there today. We are the podcast with the most stuff. We have the podcast that's the most buff. And we are the podcast, if you listen to us long enough, you won't be able to get enough.
God bless America. Buy action figures. I hate pro wrestling.
Not your cursed.
Got it, bro? Good.
Look who it is. It's the mouth of the North. Darlin himself. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. It's Nicky, the mouth of the South joke. First time hosting. Doing my best. I got my piano key necktie, dressed for the occasion because I'm here with my man, Mike LiPuma, the Hulk Hogan of Hulk Hogan Figure Collecting. What's up, buddy?
What's up, bro? Thank you for having me. And I love the tie, bro. Love it. We got to get you a megaphone.
This is a Party City exclusive, guys.
Okay.
You can't buy it anymore because most Party Cities closed, but that's why.
True. Well, Halloween's right around the corner, so maybe they have it at the Spirit.
My brother and I did have. He did one of those run the rails. You ever seen those? Like local bar will do it. You got to have a every beer off the tap and run around whatever they designate, like a lap.
Oh no, I never heard of that.
So he went as the Hulkster, and I went as Jimmy Hart because you had to wear costumes. So very
so
bald. This is Jimmy Hart if he never got the plugs, allegedly.
That's where the tie came from.
Yeah. Actually, I already had it. Sadly, I couldn't find the bullhorn, but I do have one too. So we're sitting down with Mike. Obviously, he is the Hulk Hogan of Hulk Hogan Figure Collecting, and he's got all his channels. We'll talk about those, and we've been wanting to get him on since the passing of, I think, our hero. Anybody that is in our age group, which I pretty much, I think 35 and up. Hulk Hogan was a huge part of our childhoods if we were wrestling fans. So we're here to talk to Mike and touch on everything we can. So it was sad, man. It was sad. And I thought of you right away. I was getting text after text after text. I missed the John Cena San Diego Comic-Con going on sale because of so many texts.
It was the same day.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half before it. I completely blanked on the Comic-Con. So let's tell you, how many texts did you find out on your own? Like, how did you find out, I guess?
Well, I was actually on my way back home from work. So I work in Manhattan. I live in Jersey, so I take the bus in. And usually on that bus, I think I got the 11 or the 11:30 coming back in the afternoon. And usually maybe there's like 10, 15 people on the bus, give or take. So, I got an empty seat next to me and stuff like that. That day, there was about 40 to 50 people on the bus. So I had to sit next to somebody. So long story short, I have a group text with me, Derek, Tugboat Guy, and Jason Dunsel, who's my customizer. The Hogan talk a lot. So normally we just text, but the day before that, me and Derek had spoke because all that stuff was coming out with Bubba talking about how Hogan is not doing well. He's on his deathbed, blah, blah, blah. And so we were actually on the phone talking. I'll never forget. I was in the Target parking lot, and I said, you know what, bro? The real way to find out if it's true, because Hogan hadn't been online or nothing, and he was always making posts about his beer and stuff like that. Plus, he has that new wrestling coming out. Mm-hmm. And I said, the only real way to know is to get in touch with Ron, who runs the beat shop, and see if we get a quote for something. And if he doesn't either write back or is like, oh, we're not taking anything right now, maybe it's not looking good. So that was the day before. So now, fast forward, I'm on the bus, and maybe 10 minutes into the ride, it's about a 45-minute ride, Derek's calling me. So I'm like, wait a second, like we were just on the phone yesterday, like you would just text me. So I didn't pick up because I don't like talking on the phone with people on the bus anyway. So regardless, I wouldn't have picked up.
Well, you put it on speaker like everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, please. So immediately my heart dropped, and I went to Google because I just had a feeling. When you have a effing feeling, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
And there it was, and then let the text messages and the phone calls begin, and now I'm sitting on a bus, a packed bus at that, and I definitely had to control my feelings, and that was probably the longest bus ride of my life.
I bet.
And it was just text after text, phone calls, my wife, my son, friends, everybody reaching out to me, DMs. Brian Myers, Hornswoggle reached out to me. I appreciate that. Everybody reached out to me. So I got off the bus, and immediately I went in my car. I put 1010 Wins on, which is the news station here in New York, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And that was the lead story. And then everything just came out in my car, man. And I called my wife. And that was a bad day. I was up for about 28 hours that day. I actually called out of work. It was bad.
Dude, I mean, we thought of you immediately, especially in our group chat, the Fig Cave chat with you.
I appreciate that.
It was tough. I mean, it was. I think it was tough for a lot of people. But you really think of like you do think of people when it's a celebrity. You think of someone that maybe really is at that higher level of fandom, I guess is the way to put it. So. Again, not to start too negative with it. I think it's super important, like that, kind of show your passion and whatnot. So,
I appreciate
it. I was in Tampa the week before, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just drop some stuff off with Ron.
Yeah, man. I know we were talking. You were asking if it's cheaper to drop off, and it's crazy, bro.
The intention was to get there that over my bachelor party weekend, but when we finally hit Clearwater. We hit the water in St. Pete. We're going to make it over to Clearwater, and the weekend kind of ended there. It was a rough go in the afternoon there, but
I hear you.
I kicked out later, but but it was such a shroud of mystery. We didn't know what was all kinds of weird things were coming out, but there was nothing concrete until I guess Bubba was the only person that really let on the real truth, which is odd for Bubba.
Right, exactly. Like this guy
for being a longtime listener of his when he was on satellite radio, and then when he went back to terrestrial.
And you want to know, like I'm not gonna bullshit you, but you want to know what's even crazier. So that was a Tuesday, right? It was a Tuesday.
Thursday.
Oh, it was a Thursday. That's right. It was a Thursday. So I work overnight. So that morning, my manager hit us. I work outside. He hit us on location. I was still on I was working overtime, and we started talking. I forgot how it came up, but we started talking about Hogan. Maybe it was about the bar across the street from the Garden, and I showed him my YouTube channel and talking about all the times I met him and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I think he's starting to recognize me now. He doesn't know my name, but I'm thinking he's starting to recognize my face. And that was that morning, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But and now you hear about all this that maybe the doctors messed up during the surgery, which is even worse to think about. That he could still be here with us, but who knows what's going to come of that?
Yeah, I mean he was obviously, we saw him so many times, and you would text me about this. Like he's walking around, and I had the pleasure of being able to meet him twice last year, and just the posture in which it was like he was standing up because the way his back had to settle, like the only way he could really be comfortable. But I had two fantastic experiences with him. I know you had a ton more. We'll talk about those.
And both times you saw him, you were with me.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. I suppose we can let the cat out of the bag now, like, because I know Fanatics ain't listening, or if they are, we'd like to sponsorship, so ignore the next 5 minutes. But I had kind of hopped in Ron Bosch, he was going to do a photo with you and Alejandro, and I guess I kind of misunderstood, and I kind of on me, like I was like, oh, I'll hop in the photo. I thought you guys wanted more people.
Right. This was for WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, WrestleMania. And I was like, oh man, he wants the picture with the three of them. I was like, I gotta hop out. I was like, that's not right. I was like, he wants the picture with him and Hogan. I was like, I don't belong here. Like, these guys are super close. You guys have been friends for much. I'm like, I think I have like individual friendships with each of you guys, but you guys are close. I was like,
right.
Can't ruin this picture. And Ron just goes, he sits back very, very calmly, and he was like, they're not even checking. They're not even checking the phones again. He's like, just get your own photo with them. And I was like, all right, let's go for it. And, Ron would have let me in the photo, but I felt terrible. I was like, I misread this situation really bad. So,
right. Cause those photo ops, you could have up to 4 people in the photo. So, if you want to split it with your friends, it's a lot cheaper to do it that way. So that was for Access or whatever, the WWE World. Yeah. I still call it Access. So that was in Philly. So before that, he did a signing, and that's when I got my 16-inch LJN signed. And then, so there, when you went to the front of the line, they gave you a bracelet. And then, a ticket. And they were like, don't lose it, like a carnival ticket. It's like, oh crap. Sketchy, so now that's when you first go on the line. So then when you get to the end where Hogan is, they ask for that ticket. So when we went to the photo op, which was afterwards, which was crazy. I mean, he did 2.5 hours of signing and then straight to a photo op. I mean, listen, the guy was first class when it came to his fans, but we'll talk about that. But I think they just checked the phone on the photo app. On the photo op.
Ron's phone, and they had us all in the line with him.
All in the line. So when you went to the front, it was like, oh yeah. How did they know if you just had you're by yourself and you just had a single ticket?
It was a free for all.
So you took a picture.
Ended up not getting his own photo.
Right. You took a picture. Then I took a picture with Ron and Alejandro, and then I was like, oh yeah, I bought another one, and I have the picture of Hogan holding the LJN that he just signed an hour ago. So that was pretty awesome. So I snuck in a free picture there.
And then Alejandro did too, or did he have his own already?
I don't remember. No. Did he take his own picture?
I can't remember. I don't
remember. But
out of his own. But yeah,
it was all good. I mean, they charge enough, but that was good times. Good times.
I was nervous though. It was like to meet him for the first time. It's a lot, man. It was cool. He was super nice. I think I said brother 45 times in 45 seconds. So.
Oh man, and you know what? Even like, because those photo ops are hard because fanatics just fucking they push you through. But listen, man, when he's talking to you, he's not gonna rush you through. It's not happening.
Yeah, you get how you doing, brother. You get a firm handshake, and try to catch him at the end and call him brother back, and that's it.
100%.
And the same thing, I took my time when I went to one of the beer signings last summer, and I just tried to take my time because they were very adamant, like you weren't getting anything signed.
Mm-hmm.
They took your bag, they took everything that was on you. They had people like designated to do that, just to kind of facilitate. Which I get it; it got more people through the line.
That's right. I forgot you went to the beer signing. I was thinking when you said twice, I was thinking of Fanatics Fest when you filmed.
Oh yeah, technically, so 2.5 times.
Yeah, I mean you were right there, right next to him. So
getting yelled at. You guys watch one of Mike's videos. It's me holding the camera, and Mike gets permission for me to film. I go up there, and they're like, "You can't be here. You can't be here." So my horrible voice in the background is like, "No, they told this guy it's fine."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm not trying to get anything free. I'm just filming."
I appreciated that. And then he actually spoke to me for like another 3 minutes, but you had walked away. I was like, did you get that for the vlog? And you were like, no, I walked away.
They were kind of pushing me, man. I don't want to get,
It was good. But that's what I was counting. That's why I said both times it was with me. I forgot about the beer signing. Oh man.
But he just looked in pain, man. I can't describe it to people. It's like if you watch The Office when Dwight he creates like a seat in his pants so he says he's not going to sit at work because it wastes time. So he has like these braces on his legs that he's sitting but standing up, and that's what Hogan looked like. It just looked like Hogan was just resting backwards.
Right. I mean, and you could tell like in the pictures, like I'm 6 foot and he was like 6'7", and he's maybe an inch taller than me.
Yeah, just
now,
slouched over,
from slouch, right?
looking like the Andre LJN, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And all those back surgeries. Listen, as us growing up in the 80s and the 90s, especially the 80s, like we understood. You can't take for granted how big he was and what he did for wrestling, and
Yeah, of course,
and how much he actually wrestled. Like let's not forget about that. Like he wrestled every night.
Oh, it's the reverse of what we have now.
Right. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think somebody had it the other day, like as good as Roman Reigns is, I think that was his 4th match last week of this year.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from people now.
Yeah.
But there's no house shows, there's no, these guys wrestled and traveled, and they put a lot on their bodies and to build up that brand. So people in their 20s now or 30s, they might just take it for granted because they see what they see online. But if you live through it, you would understand it.
Yeah,
especially the Rocking with Wrestling with MTV and Cyndi Lauper, like that was big. That was huge. Him being on Sports Illustrated, big, huge.
Oh, that was enormous when he did that. First guy to do that. We if you listen, I love Colt Cabana's podcast, and I like when he talks a lot of the guys that went over to Japan, and like I think he was talking to the Patriot or Del Wilkes and all the older American wrestlers, like, brother, you can't be doing that shoulder block. You got to do a move that you can do on the ground, and you can do it forever. He's like, look at Stan Hansen with just the lariat.
Right.
So you think that Hogan, like the leg drop, doesn't seem high impact to you? It's not. He's not jumping off the ropes, but you do that move one time to your friends, and you realize that hip jolt, and this dude's doing it 300-400 times a year.
Right. And if you ever like see sometimes in some of those still photos, like he's up to the top rope. With his leg out, like he got some height on that shit, and you know what? When he did wrestle in Japan, go back and watch those matches. He wrestled,
some chain, some catch, yeah.
But ever watch the match with Great Muta? It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good wrestling.
The fact that he's like, oh yeah, he does know how to do it. He just doesn't need to.
Exactly. Yeah. Was he going to do a top rope moonsault? Obviously not. But I mean, this is if you go back and watch 80s wrestling now, it's kicking and punching and a body slam and a chokehold.
It's Cardona now,
right? Well, the bear hug, like it's not what it is today. It's different. That's why I say, like, kids now, they maybe not appreciate that, but we do because we grew up with it, obviously.
Well, it's slower. I mean, I'm not going to knock any of the new wrestling, but it's slower for the crowd to be involved.
Right.
If the bad guy's doing a headlock, it gives me a chance to boo you.
Right.
And it's dumb, but the guy sells it. The guy, it works.
Right, and then you get, Hogan's comeback is every kid loved that. You put the arm down twice, and then that third one like that. Come on, hulking up, baby.
Yep. And even his opponents, like everybody, you always look strong, even when you lost, because you lost to Hogan.
Right.
And it took Hogan hulking up to beat you. Like it always worked.
Bro, I just watched a match from Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night's Main Event. It was him and the Genius in the main event. Like the Genius got a main event, or one Saturday Night's Main Event. It was Haku. I know that's your boy, but like it fighting for the title. Like, you know what I mean? Like you couldn't really do stuff like that now. You know what I mean?
No. Everybody's got to be a credible number one contender now.
Right.
I get that. So I guess, I think we've had, when you were on previously, we kind of talked that. So you're in New York, so you grew up there, so you get to your first show seeing him was at MSG, right?
Correct. 12/26/86. Him versus Kamala.
Oh, I definitely saw that tour. I definitely saw that at the Hartford Civic Center.
Right. Another match on that card was Hillbilly Jim versus Mr. Fuji in a tuxedo match. Was it Mr.
The crowd
Fuji?
ate it up, man.
Hold on. I have the card right here. The original. I just got this a couple of weeks ago. So back in the day when we were younger, there was programs, actual programs, and they would have
And they weren't
match card.
oversized, taking up way
Right.
too much room.
Oversized, just straight up pictures. Bro, they did that for SummerSlam this year. It was just a picture book. They just had the cover with Cena and Cody, and then everything else was just pictures. No articles, nothing that actually was for
right behind me.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Right. So back in the day, they actually had programs, and then they would stick these little match cards in there specific to the event. And this is the original, not mine, but I finally found it on eBay, and there it is, Mr. Fuji versus Hillbilly Jim tuxedo match.
What did that run you at this point? Like, what are people selling that for?
I think I got this for like $20. I mean, it's not in the greatest shape.
It doesn't matter because that you would have written on it too.
Right. That's what I thought. Like I would have put who won. And the funny part is,
you were calling Meltzer back then with the results, so I know.
Yeah. So I was 6.5 at this point. So the main event, because Hogan and Kamala went on in the middle because he would leave or whatever. And the main event was Blackjack Mulligan versus Nikolai Volkov, and it lasted maybe like 20 seconds. It's on YouTube, and I believe it's because they had a curfew and they were just like, "Yo, go, 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 go." But I didn't stay to that match. I don't remember seeing that match. I'm guessing
probably what is it? Probably unions in New York. They got to get out of there, right? Probably some union-based bullshit in the city.
Because it's the same thing with concerts at MSG. Like they got to be out by 11 or some shit like that. But so I have the program. I have that. My man Jason made me a 3-pack with Hogan and Kamala and a referee. I had Hogan sign that one time when I went to Florida. So I have a whole shelf dedicated to my first event because it means a lot to me. And that was with my dad and my sister, I want to say, went. And my grandfather was there as well, my mother's father. He was a little further up, and I remember he had the old school binoculars that nobody would use now because everybody has the screens. And what I do remember from that event is my dad, who wasn't touchy-feely like that ever. I mean, just different back then.
Same.
Italian guy. But I do remember when Hogan came out because we were up. He picked me up so I could see him. So that's.
We were cheap seats all day, dude. I remember. This obviously is a few years later, but WrestleMania 11 was in Hartford, and I remember my mom was so mad at my dad because we were only supposed to get $20 seats, and he spent $30.
Oh boy, 10
over. It was like for 3 tickets, guys. That's a bank breaker for us. Like,
and that was for Mania, $30.
Mania 11 was $30.
Shit, you can't even park now for Mania for $30.
I paid $50 for WrestleMania 14, but I bet I paid $20. I bet we paid $24 for that Survivor Series 90 with Taker debuting.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy. The prices are insane of what we did pay.
Yeah, I just booked the hotel because my son loves Cena, so I just booked the hotel for Boston for December. I can't wait to see what these ticket prices are going to be.
Oh.
But I gotta take them. I can't. I mean, if I was lucky enough to see Hogan's last match, I can't let my son not see Cena's last.
Bro,
match.
you better get a reservation at Kowloon's right now.
You know what? I don't really like the food there.
Yeah, but Cena's going to be there after. There's definitely going to be a private party. Yeah, 100% there'll be a private party there afterwards.
I had the food there once, and it didn't sit well. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
This is many years ago.
We were under the threat of a whole hurricane, dude.
Yeah, that was the time. Yeah, that was the time I was there.
Show where it was.
Yeah.
I felt so bad leaving because Zoe and I I just had the house like less than a year. I stocked the freezer. I was like buying ice, stock in the freezer. I had candles. I had batteries, flashlights. I had my lantern ready for it because I wasn't home. I felt terrible.
Right.
And then it was like a light rain.
Yeah. The forecasters, they got a good job. But so I grew up. Yeah. I grew up on Staten Island, so we would just take the ferry over to Manhattan and go to MSG. I don't know if they ran MSG 10 times a year. Maybe I was there 4 times a year. And so it was great growing up there. I went to SummerSlam '88. That was my first pay-per-view. That was awesome. That was totally awesome. A cool story about that. I was 8 at that time, so you get there, they got all the merch there, and the Hogan foam finger I wanted, and they were sold out because when you first walked into the garden, they had it right there. So I got the Macho Man one. We go up to our seats. Lo and behold, they had the Hogan one there, but that didn't,
there you go.
He didn't let me get it. So I had the Macho Man, but I'm staring at it right now. I have my original program from that event, which is crazy that I still have mine that I had when I was 8. So yeah, man, I saw Hogan versus Flair. That's on YouTube too, actually. Flair is wearing the light blue tights. There we
Survivor
go,
Series
man.
90.
Oh man, those are the best, bro. The best.
Survivor Series 90. I got the original foam belt here before the Winged Eagle, but they sold it overlapped about 5 years with the Winged Eagle on TV, but they still had this belt.
Right.
Stands. Yeah.
Oh man, I love that. And then they had the Intercontinental, but with a brown strap. I have no idea.
Yeah,
why.
it was sick, dude.
Brown. So wait, so now was that Survivor Series the first time you saw Hogan?
No, I had seen a bunch of house shows with him. Survivor Series.
Oh yeah, you were saying you were at the other tour.
Yeah, I think I probably saw it. I'm assuming that they would have hit Hartford before or after most of your shows.
Right. Well, the 26 was, now that I'm older, I realized that was the holiday tour. I never put two and two together. Right.
Yeah, we saw, because I remember him, all those on, the syndicated TV shows. I remember seeing the payoffs. Well, the Hartford version of the payoffs.
Right.
Killer Khan, Kamala. I think I saw Bundy. I was definitely one of the people that saw the closed circuit for WrestleMania 2.
Oh wow!
I remember going I think the Guard Theater in New London, Connecticut had it on the big screen.
So the first WrestleMania that I saw live was WrestleMania 3. So I was 7. So I guess see my timeline. You're 6, 7. So obviously I was at that event when I was 6. So I started watching it, but I definitely didn't watch WrestleMania 2 live. I definitely got it on rented it.
Yeah, I feel like you're not, like, I remember clips of promoting WrestleMania 1, but I don't think I'm not like conscious of it until probably WrestleMania 3.
Oh no, WrestleMania 1,
actual storylines, like actually kind of, I remember Bundy with the ribs.
Right.
I don't, all that stuff. I remember Andre always winning battle royals, but I don't kind of remember like the order of all of it.
See, I can remember clear as day the build up with Hogan and Andre for WrestleMania 3. Watching that on Channel 5.
I probably cried, dude. I probably cried.
With Piper and all that.
Yeah.
So now the funny thing is that event that I went to was Hogan Kamala. They ran it back the next month. I didn't go, but Hogan came out with the Kamala face paint. If you Google it, you could see it. So Jason made me that figure too.
Yeah.
And after that match, Andre came out because Hogan was posing and he had the belt behind him, and Andre came out, he picked up the belt and he just threw it. So that was like the start of Andre becoming heel. Yeah. Pretty cool. I'm guessing that was January. It might have been January or February.
I definitely drew on that PWI where Kamala's got Hogan's head on the spear.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know how they got away with that one.
I definitely drew all over that, but that's what I would do is I would just take pencil and put boogers in their nose and quotes like, making fun of them. I eat boogers.
That cover would definitely not come out in 2025.
No. Well, we'll see. So what? I know that obviously you have amassed this huge collection, but how much of the stuff like behind you in that room is from your childhood, as far as the figures and stuff like that? Like, do you have the original LJNs or no?
Nothing, bro. So I had every LJN except I can remember except for One Man Gang, the British Bulldogs, and Superfly. I had everybody else.
Everybody had Superfly. Well, everybody had Junkyard Dog and Roddy Piper. And
no.
Right after that.
I never got them. I have no idea why, but I had the whole Black Card set and Hogan red shirt, which I didn't even know existed. Those are the only ones I didn't have. And then when it came down to the Hasbros, I stopped playing with them around the Skinner series, which was series that was 5. So I had everybody before that, plus all the Galoobs, the Wrestling Buddies, everybody, Legion of Doom, Boss Man, all the. So my uncle, my dad's brother, used to go to Lancaster a lot for antiques and stuff like that. So at this point, I was maybe 12, 13. So I was out of wrestling. And my parents decided to give him all of my stuff, and he sold it for $10.
Dude,
all
if I
that
could
stuff,
tell you
bro.
how much money I would have. My mom never had her yard sales. She sold the GI Joe aircraft carrier for like $5.
Jeez, it's
$5.
bad, bro. It's bad. So when you say anything from my childhood, the only thing is
Just a lot of brokenheartedness.
yeah, and the SummerSlam '88 program. That's it. Everything else I've bought within the last 10 years.
Yeah, okay. My parents have probably junked all the magazines at this point, but I had every Pro Wrestling Illustrated WWF magazine for, I guess, 15 years straight. I loved them. I loved all those magazines. I'd read them over and over and over. I'd read the match results.
Oh my God! And then
they'd have an entire tag team title challenger tournament on a house show, and then they'd always lose to the Hart Foundation or whoever it was, like at the end of the night.
But then you go in the back of the PWIs and you see like UCF world champion Coco Beware. Like, what? Wait, he wrestles there too? Like, what? How's that possible?
Oh yeah. When you would hear these guys, you're like, what? That's where they'd go. You're like, oh,
that's good times, bro. Man, the 80s was great, bro. 80s was great.
I have my I have most of my LJNs. We had a handful of them. But one of my brother's friends, he was aging out of LJNs, and his mom was like, "Oh, give these to Nick," and he gave me everybody but Warrior, and it broke my heart. I was like, "Oh, I want that's the only one I want, really."
Well, the crazy part is with that set, I can remember playing outside because I lived on a dead end, and it was the summertime, and the UPS guy came down the block, and he stopped at my house. I was like, "What the heck?" And then they called me inside, and I opened it up, and it was Warrior, Boss Man, Haku. Yeah. So.
Your parents had to pay, dude. They did cash on delivery. They did a COD on
something like that. But the crazy part is because right after those came out, then the Hasbro's came out. So those figures, they could not have been beat up. And to think that my uncle sold everything for like $10, I was like, oh my God.
And how weird was it to see those in the back of the magazines? Like first, because we're the perfect age where we would ask for those things from our parents.
Right.
But and to order something from a magazine or catalog, that did not happen in the Thompson house. Like that was, I begged to get the GI Joe Super Trooper that you could name. You could pick the name and they'd make up a card for you. Like my mom did not. She was like against it. She putting out any information like that. But also you were like, well, these must be bootleg because there already is a Hogan.
Right.
It blew my. I was like, why would there be? And he doesn't even wear red tights and a white T-shirt. Why? What is this?
And bro, they were not cheap. They were like $15, $16 back then, which is crazy to think about. Plus shipping and all that. But yeah, those are awesome, man. I mean, Hasbro's are cool, but I'm an LJN kid, bro. LJNs.
Hasbro's. I did the first wave, and then I just didn't. That's when I was done. I hated that. I talked about it a million times. I hated they didn't articulate. I had more imagination of imagining GI Joes. Like, how did nobody ever make a 3 3/4 wrestler?
Right. Like, but I like. So you don't like LJNs then, because they're just big rubber guys.
No, you're a kid, so you're just mashing them. You're not thinking. You have the imagination, you're thinking about the moves, but when they start articulating.
You were one of those kids that just went like that. I actually wrestled. I did.
No, wrestling. I mean you would bend them where you could, but
yeah.
You know, okay, this guy does a DDT. Okay, this guy does this. Like, oh, there's Hogan can body slam. Hogan, you could put him sideways. He can do the leg drop.
Because I used to play with my neighbor, and he would take them and put them all the way up here and throw them. I'd be like, nah, bro, I don't play like that. I got to play like it's real. But getting back to the Hasbros, I actually like the Galoobs better than the Hasbros. How about that? I love Galoobs, and Galoobs
the rubber ones, right? Or are you talking about
just WCWs?
Yeah.
They fit perfect in that Hasbro blue ring, bro. Perfect. And I used to. Oh man, you do Hogan versus Flair. That Flair still stands the test of time. I have an Arn Anderson up there, the Galoob, which was, besides Hogan #3, was my #1 figure to play with.
Yeah.
At that age, but we'll get into that. But
I love that. I just love that they came with the belts, dude.
Exactly.
Every guy had a belt. It was a simple belt, but every guy had a belt. It was
even
awesome.
Z-Man.
Yep, even Z-Man. I love that ring. So I love the cage from the original LJ ring because it was all you had to do was take one side out, and you could play with it. You know, you were in the ring,
Right.
and it was big enough you could put it around the Hasbro ring and do like a WCW cage.
Oh, I never even thought of that.
Where they'd have like, you know, because they'd be fighting on the floor.
Yeah.
And same thing. You could do. I used to do a lot of bunkhouse stampedes with my guys.
Oh man, WCW was cool back then, bro. They had some good matches, man.
But it just wasn't consistent especially to be in Connecticut. Dude, we didn't get pay-per-view till 1994.
Oh man.
Like
I used to watch them on TBS.
Dude, and we did not get TBS until
excuse me,
probably 1998.
Oh wow.
Yeah, probably a year before Thunder came on. That's when we finally got TBS.
Holy cow! So
I remember being on vacation, and I stayed in all night when it was like a Clash of the Champions. I was in Hawaii, and I was like, "They have TBS here. Clash of Champions is on." Like I was so pumped.
That's what I was just about to ask you if you watched Clash of Champions. But even like their pay-per-views, like the Lethal Lottery, that was an awesome concept, bro. I used to do that.
I have the first one on videotape because I was in San Diego for Christmas, and my grandmother, like, that was one of my gifts. She was like, "Oh, I'll order that for you."
Nice. I used to do it with the Hasbros. I would close my eyes, pick two out. It was awesome.
A box of GI Joes, pull two random guys out.
But
I was a big concepts. Sting mark. So Sting Crocmaster as Sting was a big multi-time champion.
Okay. Yeah, Sting was cool, but I used to like the Great Muta too. He was scary back then.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, came out of nowhere.
Yeah. But anyway, we could go on for hours about.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And I'm going to knock the Hasbros. That's why I don't really care about the Hasbro scale that exists now, the retro scale, because I was out on collecting, so I only have the first wave. Like I bought a handful since. I buy beaters. I see them out there. Someone's selling some cheap ones. I'll grab them, but I don't care. And it probably wasn't for the major pot. I would have never even collected the retros. That's what got me back into collecting.
Okay.
But I've sold most of them off, and I probably have maybe 20 of them left.
I gotcha.
You know, but anything of value I got rid of, minus Roman, because the fucking bubble. I paid all this money and then the bubble came off.
Yeah. See, I only have the 4 Hogans up there, Mark.
Yeah.
And then
I love these. We'll talk about it, but that's why I love the superstars, dude. They're so fun. I don't need every one of these Hogans, but they are. But I'm looking at them like having Rip, having a good Hollywood Hogan, having a good yellow tights. I don't need the Ichiban Hogan, but whatever.
The debut.
Yeah.
They made the debut. That's still sitting on the shelves with the red tights there and the blue, the chase.
That's what everybody was complaining. Every Hogan figure's off the shelf. Not those.
No, definitely
not superstars, dude.
No, definitely not.
So when you start, 10 years ago when you start, so you had to go back and buy anything. What, like, did you? I know you were at the infamous New York City Hogan signing. Like, do you have that figure, or was that like, did you buy it and sell it, or did you even buy it that day?
No, that got lost when I moved to Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, I told that story on the Major Pods. I was a part of that documentary.
Yes.
And I told that story. So I had some wrestling figures, Bone Crunchers and stuff like that, Toy Biz, and I was a part of that. And when I moved to Vegas, I guess it was lost, but I gave my my friend's son, because he was younger, I gave him all my wrestling figures because I didn't want to move with them. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that wasn't in there and it just got lost somewhere, but who knows now, bro.
Yeah, I got you. So I guess so what to do with our time here is what you buy everything Mattel now, or at least buy it to start and then maybe you sell it off, or you turn it into customs? Or
for Hogan, I mean, I would say 95% of Mattel. There's a couple of that came out that weren't right, so I just didn't buy them.
Gotcha.
There was which one? I think it was a Greatest Hits, and he had like a red headband that said Hulkster, and he never wore a headband like that. Or it said Hulkamania. My bad. It said Hulkamania. Yeah. It's supposed to be the thick boy, like the Survivor Series one.
Okay.
That people didn't like the head, but that was the correct because that was a shirt that he would cut up and he would make it into not a bandana, a headband. So that's what it's supposed to be. So I didn't buy that.
Is a good figure. It's the cocaine eyes that gets people.
Right, but he did look like that sometimes. So I actually like that figure. I'm looking at it right now. Plus that headband works. So I put that headband on another one. So I have a shelf of like a story of Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And I put that headband on the WrestleMania 6 because that's what he wore to the ring. But I mean, yeah, I buy pretty much all the Mattels. The latest greatest hits that came out with the white tights.
Yeah.
And the 87 belt, 86, 87 belt, I bought about maybe 4 or 5 of those because if you get the American-made shirt from Threadheads, which I don't think is a thing anymore. I went on their website the other day and it said they were shut down for now. But
it's so ridiculous how petty they get with some of this stuff. Like I know it is copyright, but come on.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But so I got a couple of those shirts made, and if you go back to the early Saturday Night's Main Events, that's what Hogan wore, American-made shirt with with those tights. So those were great. I mean, yeah, Mattels are the best, man. You can't deny it, but just sometimes with the attire is not right.
Oh, I know your stick. You and D Freedom, the stickers.
I do have a little problem though with Mattel. I'll say it on here. When they first made Hogan's, the knee pads were red. Now they're like a dark. I can't even. I wish I had one. Yeah, here we go. This is not red. That's not red. The back is red. That
looks dirty. What? That's weird.
Right. This is the color that they've been using on his knee pads. So I'm not sure what happened. The shirt, that's the color red.
Yeah.
So
that
these
match. It should match.
These I put on from an old Hogan figure. This is a Ichiban Hogan that I got that's what they used to look like, and you could see the difference. I mean,
definitely. Yeah, it's like a maroon, like a
right.
Slushy. Yeah.
Hogan never wore knee pads like that. They were always red like that. So
he showed it's like a raspberry. It's like a raspberry red. Yeah.
That's my only gripe with Mattel. And stop copying my customs. I know
it is funny. It is funny.
I know.
I think they're in on the joke. I think they get it. I don't think Steve takes it too much to heart, but it is funny.
No. I hope he doesn't. I mean, it's all in good fun. But send me some samples. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, let me be the test kitchen for these.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what I think. But at least knowing that Steve is a huge fan, Steve Ozer from Mattel is a huge Hulk Hogan fan, so it's like at least he's trying to get them all out there.
Right.
I don't know how much is left. I don't know how much is left there.
Trust me, brother. There's a lot. I don't know if you can see. Where is it? I have a poster right there.
The Hal Haney with everything.
Yeah, and there's a lot more. Yeah. There's a lot of customs that I made too that they've never made. Hulk machine I thought was a given, especially since they made the giant machine. But
yeah,
they still have never made that. But I made a custom of that. Actually, I did myself. I was so proud of myself. But yeah, my collection has a lot of customs. I know a lot of people aren't customs guys, but like my man Jason, I mean, he does some excellent work. And I always say, like, listen, I understand, like, back in the 90s, you took maybe a Hogan one Hasbro and you drew a beard on him to make an NWO Hogan with a Sharpie. Like, that's not what people are doing now. People make these customs look unbelievable. I have a couple of customs that are my favorite that Jason made me, if we could get into that.
Yeah, of course, man.
We have a pile driver Hogan. That will probably never be made because I'm sure they don't have the license for it.
Where's the album? You have the album on the wall or what?
I have the cassette. This goes with it.
I bought that double-sided vinyl where it's Pile Driver and the Wrestling album when they redid it a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Could be that price.
The attention to detail on this. I mean, he's got the cement on his boots, the Timberlands, and then we got another one here. This is probably my favorite. From No Holds Barred. What's That Smell? Dookie. I mean, my man does some excellent work. And then
Phil has still not seen that, dude.
That's insane.
It's a travesty to be a wrestling fan. I've never seen No Holds Barred.
I don't even know what to say about that. And then this one, oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. This was not made by Jason, and I wish I could remember his name. With Suburban Commando Hogan.
I thought Jason did make that for you, but
no. I mean, come on, how sick is that?
That's extra, dude. That's
ridiculous, bro.
Is that all 3D printed, or is it from other action figures? Yeah.
The figure itself, I think, is the ultimate.
Well, yeah.
But everything else is just 3D printed. I mean, how could you? Like, if you have a collection like mine,
obnoxious on him, like, because a lot of times you'll get 3D printed, but it just looks so big,
right?
The actual figure that has it, but it's as you're looking at it, it's not hanging off of them. Yeah, it looks
excellent
like it was
work,
made
bro.
for him.
So, like, if you have a collection like mine where you just collect one guy, and obviously Mattel or whoever is not going to make every figure, how could you not want customs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when they look like that. And that's just a small sample size. There goes the shovel of the customs that I have. Let me just put that there. All right.
Does Jason take it as a challenge, or does he help him too?
No, like we brainstorm and then he does all the work because he's my guy.
Yeah, you're like me. You're an idea guy. You're an
day one PLE guy over here.
I do usually wear the the Usos day one-ish. I should make a custom day one, like Fig Cave. Day one PLE guy.
Oh, crap. But yeah, let me give him a shout out. He's Hulkamaniac Customs on Instagram.
Absolutely,
so
dude.
Check him out.
He's cool dude, man. I've gotten the chance to meet him a couple times at the Orlando shows, talk to him. So
yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, I was down in Florida, and it just so happened when I go to Disney, I usually do a one-day trip down to Clearwater because it's only about an hour and a half drive. So it just happened to be the same day of Hogan's birthday. So Jason, who also lives in Florida, came down. We met up. We went to the beach shop. Jimmy Hart was there taking pictures, and then we went to the hangout, drank a couple of beers, and for Hogan's birthday. And then we actually drove past his house, which I was kind of on the fence of doing, but I mean, I wasn't there to take, I love to do it. So, you know what I mean? So that was, it's actually only like a 5-minute drive from the hangout, which is crazy. Right up the block. And just to drive past it, knowing that I saw that video of the paramedics taking him out on the stretcher. Mm-hmm. And it was surreal. I'll say that it was a surreal moment.
Dude, we all grieve different. We all celebrate differently. So don't ever,
right.
It's not weird. It's not, it's how you cope, man.
Right.
Believe me, knowing you, I keep saying, knowing you, I know, I think I understand like how, like what a big deal that was, and like that it is a loss,
Oh, people, yeah, man.
People want to pull like the bullshit, it's a celebrity, but some of the shit hits home, man. Some of these people pass, and it really hits home. Like, well, I can't explain. I mean, obviously, my family is Chargers fans, or at least I was until they moved to LA, as I always talk about in the pod. But I mean, Junior Seau was just like an absolute hero in our family. Like, there was the snowball game with the Giants where he came out and he I think it was 1995 or 1994-95 season, and it's a snowball game at the Meadowlands, and they're just whipping snowballs at players and at anybody going up and down the stairs, and kind of Chargers win the game, and Giants fans are ready to burn the whole stadium down, if you can imagine. And my uncle knew somebody on the equipment managers, and Junior came out and took a picture with my dad outside the bus, and that was a poster that hung in our basement for years.
Wow.
So when he had his accident, whether obviously he had a lot of some brain stuff going on, concussion stuff, but it was a quiet day, a quiet weekend in the Thompson house. It was a big deal. So I understand. I absolutely understand.
Yeah, I mean, it hits home, and as far as Hogan, like, I mean, I've loved the guy, looked up to the guy, like he was my hero 40 friggin' years. Like, I mean, I have a whole room dedicated to him, like you're not gonna see, maybe there's a couple of Brian Myers, Cardona figures, some big rubber guys, but the room is a Hogan room. So like, how could I not be affected by not only his death but his untimely death? You know what I mean? Like I just went and saw him in December, and was planning my next trip to go see him, and what was I going to bring to get signed, and yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, man. We could touch on that. So whoever doesn't know, Hogan did every 6 months or so. Would you say? You think twice a year? Was it once?
Usually October. Well, last year was December, but excuse me. Usually it was in October at the Orlando shop. The one in Clearwater, I never met him at, so maybe he would do that maybe in February, maybe, or January, but definitely October, December for the Orlando.
How the Major Pod did not convince Ron to do a signing that same weekend? Obviously not connected to the Major Pod.
But for Tin Roof, right?
But I mean, everybody would have just. I mean, package deal.
Right.
You know, he would have made. I mean, not that he made a fortune no matter how many times. I'm sure he did well no matter how many times he did his signings. But that would have been a very well timed. I mean, especially the boys could have gotten as much signed as they wanted. You know.
So I met Hogan at the Beach Shop in Orlando 4 separate times. WrestleMania 33 weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually with my son. He was so a lot smaller back then. And then 2 years ago,
he's taller and richer than you. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He's at work now. Then a couple years ago, I went in October, and that's when I was there with Brian Myers. Then last year, I'm sorry, I'm getting my years confused. Maybe the signing with Myers was 3 years ago. Wow, yeah, time flies.
That seems right about now.
Yeah. So then 2 years ago, he made a signing. I believe it was in October, and I told my wife, I think I'm gonna go, but it's gonna be an in and out. I'm gonna fly in 9 a.m. and fly out 5 p.m., 7 p.m. So that was the plan. Got there, had everything signed, had a great signing, hung out at the Tin Roof for a little bit, and all day long I'm getting an email saying my flight has been delayed. I finally get to the airport. They canceled the flight. It's all on my vlog. Go back and watch it. LipumaMania 1980 on YouTube. Long story short, I had to sleep in the airport, and I didn't get home till about 12:30 the next day. And then last December, I went to go see him, which wound up being the final time in Orlando, and that was another in and out. I landed probably about 10 a.m., and I was back home by 10 p.m. And yeah, man, who would have friggin' known that was the last time I seen him, was gonna see him. So I thought about it. I have 3 regrets with meeting Hogan. One, I never got to take a picture with him and my dad. That would have been friggin' awesome for my dad to meet him. That would have been very cool. 2, I never like gave him like a hug. Like I wish I would have hugged him, like a real hug, man.
Yeah, I got you.
And then 3, I was going to do it actually in December, get him to sign my leg or something and get it tattooed, but I didn't want to trust anybody in Orlando with the line work. You know what I mean? I wanted to do it to the girl that did these great line work on these tats. But so yeah, those are my big 3 regrets when it comes to meeting with him. But definitely number 1 is with my dad. That would have been fucking awesome.
But I mean, when did your dad pass?
It was actually 6 years ago, a couple of days ago.
So that's kind of right as they're starting to do more. I'm sorry, by the way.
I appreciate it.
That's as they're doing that. That's kind of right as they're doing more and more appearances anyway, more exposure. Like unless you're catching him if he's even access, yeah.
Yeah, but my dad, he was on dialysis and all that. He couldn't really travel, so.
Dude, I couldn't get my dad to go across the state to go to Waterbury to meet Haku. I was like, I just need them in the same room one time.
Yeah.
I just need these guys side by side for a picture.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, so.
But the event got snowed out, rained out, or whatever it was. Anyway, got canceled.
All right,
man, come on. I was like, I'll pay for. I'll drive you. I'll pay for everything. Just thought it'd be funny.
Yeah. So actually, last year, met Hogan 3 times. So it was at WrestleMania 40 at WWE Access, which I actually kind of count 2 times because I got him to sign the LJN.
That's true.
And then an hour later took a picture with him. So obviously
And for the guys,
2 times in one day.
For the auto, he ends up in line with my buddy, the trivia Scott from Trivia Scott that I talk about on the pod all the time. Like they ended up right next to each other in line. Like
small world, right?
Yeah. And he's telling you about the LJN guy that we know, and you're like, I just heard this story last night. What the fuck?
That's right. I was like, do you know Nick?
Yeah.
So a quick story with that. So like we was talking about before, Fanatics just wants you to rush in and out. So I'm looking at it here. He signed Hulk Hogan, and then my thing was when I met him, I wanted to bring some oddball stuff. You know, I didn't want to bring a Mattel. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking anybody. But
that's what I get it. Yeah.
That was my thing. I wanted to be like, oh crap, damn, he has this. So when he saw that, not only did he sign Hulk Hogan, he signed Hall of Fame, 05 WWF champion, and as he was signing, I'll never forget the Fanatic guy was like, "Oh wow, he's still writing," because normally it was just Hulk Hogan, boom, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Boom. So that was a pretty cool moment, and you could see on my vlog too, like I'm fucking so happy. So that was at Mania, and then we saw him. Well, Nicky filmed for me at Fanatics Fest. That was in August, and what I got signed that day, I got 2 things signed. Very rare. Mr. America mask, which is over there. I didn't grab it. I only grabbed a couple of things that I got signed here. What I got signed that day was this awesome championship belt, LJN.
That I had, and this Defender I had to build for Mike.
Yes,
I did not understand how Sonic.
The AC Hogan, Hall of Famer. The katana case, I just could not get it to go. So this little panel here, you slide that way and it shows Hogan.
Yeah, you guys got to check out the video, even if it's just for this one part. You got to see this video.
So Hogan's hands are about double my size. So this is very, very delicate. This little lever. I can't even talk here. And he did it twice. He was getting a kick out of it. I mean,
and you're just hoping it comes back the second time. You're like, oh, please.
Exactly. And this is from '87, of course, LJN. So this is one of my Grail pieces here. For many years, I searched for one in a box, and to have it signed is pretty damn cool. So that was in August, and then, like I said, I met him again in December, and that day I got my Vitamin box signed, and my 12-inch talking Hasbro.
I'm waiting for you to get the full store display. I know you have some display stuff, some merchandise, like merchandising stuff. But I remember the full on like life-size Hulk Hogan giving out vitamins.
There's been a couple on eBay, not the Vitamin one, but like from the 80s or the 90s. I mean, where am I? There's one right now of Real American Beer where he's ripping his shirt and it says get some beer or something like that, and it's pretty cheap. It's like $130, but I mean, where am I gonna put it? You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, that's okay.
That's where it's going. But I do want to say in August, I totally forgot. You can only get 2 things signed. So in not August, I'm sorry, December, I was down there with Jason, Tyler, and Johnny JB from the Major Pod and Fit K group, and I had Jason sign 2 things for me. Man, see now I'm losing my mind. I had somebody sign something else for me, and Jason had Hall Nash. I got an 8x10 of the formation of the NWO, and I needed Hogan to finish it, and I was on the fence about bringing it, and thank God I brought it, and he signed it Hollywood Hogan, so I have all 3 on that 8x10.
That's what Scott got that at. When he was doing whoever didn't know, when he was doing these beer appearances, if you went to the bar appearance at night, you had a way better chance of getting something signed. And that was like across the board, people that went to that stuff.
Right.
Until he came back to New York, and then he just was in and out. But because he had Hall and Nash signed already on his NWO print. And then and Hollywood did that. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Some other stuff. I mean, you want to check out some more rare stuff that I have signed?
It's pretty ridiculous, some of the stuff you have. So yeah.
I have this. This is from the time when I went to go see him when Brian Myers was there. This is the Beardy Toys Rock and Wrestling 1 of 25. It's a pretty cool figure, man. I wish this guy would have continued the line. I'm surprised that no wrestling company has ever made rock and wrestling figures. I really am.
They must not own the rights to it because it's not like it's on the network. Like I
Yeah,
wonder who owns
true.
it.
So at the time, this was the only one in the world signed. I do believe somebody else got one other one signed.
Yeah.
But I mean, sick. And then
Or for whoever doesn't want to pull up the YouTube, it's Rock and Red, the cartoon they did. There was a guy a couple years ago that was doing, what was it, 25 at a time, 25 a clip.
yeah, this is a Beardy Toys.
Yeah, and he was making the figures of the cartoon version. So
Right. So I think it was
he did Hogan and
Saturday Morning Toys, but Beardy Toys. I don't know. They were a collab. Something. It was a collab somehow. But
who else got made? Was it Piper?
Andre.
Andre. Okay,
Yeah.
Andre.
And then this bad boy here. I pre-ordered this from Target, but I wanted to get.
This is one of the few, by the way, that is signed like this.
Yeah, I wanted to be one of the first people to get this signed. So before the pre-order came out, I guess a couple of people had them. So I overpaid on eBay just to get it down to the beach shop.
Yep.
And I got it signed in 3 different paint pens, 3 different autos, and it was definitely one of the first of the 40th anniversary 3-pack. You see the Hulkster in the blue. Sorry for the glare. Hollywood Hogan in white, and then Hulk Hogan in yellow. And he's got the right up there in the corner of the beach top hologram. So this is
And that's how that should be signed. I guess he was not. They were not fans of him doing the triple.
right. So I've seen a
What you
couple.
wanted.
I've seen a couple with the triple, but it's all the same color.
Yeah.
Or some people had him just do one auto and over the Hollywood it says Hulk Hogan, which really doesn't make any sense.
I know. Guys,
But,
at Fanatics last year, somebody got an Intercontinental title signed by Hulk, and the look of disgust on Mike's face was just he wanted to ask the guy to leave the whole convention.
No, don't say that. Don't stop that. No, but I mean, how sick does that look, right?
Yeah, that's the way it should have been signed. I mean, it's like the face of Foley. Like that's the presentation it should have been. I mean, he could have been charging $500 to sign all 3, and people would have paid that.
Right. I mean, that was not cheap. I'm gonna say that was close to, after shipping and everything, over 4. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's a great piece, and that's another thing with Hogan. Like even at 70, 71, like when it came to autograph signings and interacting with his fans, he looked you in the eye. He spoke to you. He didn't rush you through. You know, you see some of these autograph signings. Listen, I'll say what it is. I saw CM Punk at Fanatics Fest this year. It looked like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah, he was so mad.
And I get, maybe Hogan's just a different generation, but he took care of his fans, and even when it came to autos, you know, everything. Such a good guy. But
I'm trying to look and see who the laziest Ultimate is for me, and it's
right. You never really got a lazy Hogan autograph.
no, not at all. I got Hollywood Hogan on the NWO. I got a yellow Hulk Hogan on the 87. And then the Amazon is that was what I did it in red just to do something different. I'll show it to the camera, even though the glare will probably kill it. But just because he had yellow in the skin, I thought it kind of worked.
Right.
I thought it, just because I have white, I was like, oh, I already have white and I already have yellow. Like, let's just do something different. But
oh, looks good.
Yeah, dude. I saw somebody in the Major Pod group was like, hey, I ordered this signed Ultimate or signed figure from the beach shop, and they canceled my order, and now it's up for $700 or $800. So I was like, let me go on there, and they had the no holds barred for $400.
And what was it normally? 3? It had to be at least
it was either no, but that was I was like, dude, $300-$400. I was like, oh, you know, he signed the box and he signed the figure.
Oh, 2 autographs.
I was like,
right.
I should buy this. And so I was like halfway taking it up. I think Zoe was at her bachelorette, so it was just me and Marley, and Marley's trying to, you know, she's trying to like sleep, you know, kind of snuggle up on the couch, and I just kind of was half paying attention. I woke up an hour and a half later, it was gone.
Oh wow. Yeah, see, that was another thing I heard people complaining about, you know, like they were taking stuff out the sorry, my cat is playing with this plug here. That the,
secure your stuff.
They they were taking stuff off the shelves and then putting a bigger price on it. But I mean, at the end of the day, like that was a business. You know what I mean? Like Hogan didn't run that shop. Like it was, his name was attached to it. So like.
I agree with you, except if somebody ordered it already.
Oh yeah, no, to cancel it, that's different.
Yeah,
but
canceling was what bugged me about that.
But to take stuff like it's their store and like that's all they have, like that's
and
it.
Now they're at a limited supply, so
exactly.
I do get it, but
it's I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. But I got
I'm actually curious if the No Holds Barred is up right now, if it's back.
You want to see some rare boys that I have in my collection?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we got the Thunder Lips plush doll, which is a very rare bad boy, in excellent condition. You got, people will say, "Oh, that's some ugly looking stuff," but he's got the Cabbage Patch shoes on. But this is how they were made in the '80s. I believe this was made by, something Apple. I can't remember it. I have a Thunder Lips mock, but I'm not gonna go get up and get it. But yeah, I mean that's pretty cool, bro. Pretty rare.
That's pretty funny. It's just kind of funny. It kind of looks like retirement home Hogan with the adult diaper on.
Well, listen, bro. This is what they were made. I mean, this is a Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rare. Let me put this down. My cat is annoying me. She won't stop. All right. This I just got. I love Hulk Hogan vitamins, and they had the press folder. Stop. Talking about the vitamins, and inside of it was a ticket for a press conference.
Ooh.
That Hogan was going to be at. Talking about the vitamins back in 1990 in Manhattan Children's Museum, and the ticket was still in there. So I mean, that's pretty freaking awesome. That's just something that you don't see every day.
I still remember the smell of those vitamins. I mean, it smells like vitamins. Right? I remember my mom got me. I think she thought I needed more iron. For a person that only eats meat, she thought I needed more iron in my diet, I guess.
So like I've said, I love Coliseum home video. I looked for this bad boy for a while. There was one sealed on eBay for over 1,000, but this one was already open. But there's a display for a video store.
So like that?
Not sealed, but this was never you would have to like push it out. It was never pushed out. So I mean, I'd still consider it sealed. And inside,
it's like you've sent me the link, but I got to get the WrestleMania 4. I got to get that somewhere.
Yeah, you got to do it, bro. You got 3 sealed. These are sealed. The VHS is inside.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's I love
crazy that Savage just with the axe handle and the elbow drop, right, is a high flyer.
So yeah, this is Coliseum. I love Coliseum home video, bro.
What do I have? I have a TNA weight belt because I got it off there. It was like nothing.
From Hogan?
Yeah, let me grab it. Yeah. Pop these earbuds back on. Dude, this was nothing on the TNA shop.
Oh shit!
And I was like, I mean, please don't wear this. Don't squat with this, dude. Don't squat with this.
It's not like a real weight belt.
But it displays awesome. Like it's perfect. It's perfect in that sense.
Okay, it's signed or no?
Really good. What's that?
It's signed.
No.
Oh, okay.
That would have been a cool thing that I probably would have gotten done. Like, bring that with me to the shop or something like that. Like,
right.
Believe me, it was always in the background. Like, oh, should I fly down? And then this isn't Hulk Hogan specific, but do you have this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
Dude,
awesome.
When I started collecting, it was like somebody must have had an old stock because it's still fucking shrink wrapped. It's perfect.
That's crazy. Yeah, mine is open. Yeah, mine is open, I believe. I used to.
I had it.
Did you have that as a kid?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you just used to watch the VHS tape? and not
I mean,
really
we
play the
would play.
game.
We would play, but yeah, the VHS was cool. Yeah, definitely. It was definitely wrestling highlights for me.
All right, so a couple more things that I took down off the shelves is my mock, not graded, but in an acrylic 5-back.
That's the 5-back is the rare one, right?
Yeah, these
Yeah,
are the
okay.
original 5s, and mine. I know it's been talked about on the major pod. Mine has the sticker, the Hulk Hogan sticker, and you know it's funny. I was talking about it with Cardona. Like we always hear about the Hogan 5-back, right? What about everybody else? Have you ever seen a Iron Sheik mock 5-back or Big John a stud 5-back? No, right?
Bro, nobody saved it. Nobody saved an Iron Sheik.
So I also have it's back there. You can't see it. I got signed at WrestleMania 33, a regular LJN Hogan, not 5-back, signed, and that was actually done in black mark because back then you didn't really know about paint pens. WrestleMania 33, but something like that, I don't really care because I mean it's from 1985, 1986, so it looks pretty good. And then one last rare boy I brought down is the mail away.
The mail away.
In bag.
You've gone through a couple of these though, right?
Yeah, it's about my third or fourth one. So I full story, quick story. When I got those 4 Hasbro MOC, that was, man, let me go back. That was maybe 2001, maybe. I don't know the exact. I was dating my wife at the time, so it had to be in 2001, something like around there. It was a store in Jersey. I went with my dad, and no, you know when it came out, when I got it. When did Owen Hart die?
98 or 97?
98. So either way,
maybe
so
99. Maybe 99. Yeah.
Remember he came out in the set, and the Jack set. They came out with the blue blazer. It was like 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after he passed, because they had the blue blazer. So I got the blue blazer, I got the 4 Hasbro's mock, and I got this, but not this one, obviously. And this was I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't like what it is now.
Oh no, crazy.
So now fast forward to 2014 years ago, 2011-ish. I move into this house. You know, times are tough. I sold it for like $80. Now fast forward, and it goes up in price, So I had gotten another one, but the bag was ripped here, and it was killing me. So I sold that one, and I finally got one that is mint in package.
Was there someone in the Major Pod group that they bought one and the wife opened it, didn't know that it was like supposed to stay in bag? Is that what it was?
I know Matt bought one and opened it, which is insane.
No, it was like someone the wife was like, "Hey, I opened your package up," and they opened the bag. I don't know if it was a major, maybe it was a different group, but it was like,
I don't know. That's crazy. I am in the. I am looking for one that's open though. But you got to watch out because you see how mine. I don't know if you could tell. Like you see how the arms are the same color as his neck.
Yeah.
Some of these Hasbro's have they have the sun damaged arms. And they're a little tanner. You ever notice that?
Yeah, I've seen and not even the what's the other Fun School? Not even the Fun School ones. Like just straight up Hasbro's.
Yeah, and they have that. Yeah, I don't like that. So I've seen a couple of open ones that have that, but I'm not down with that. So it has to be.
I'm still like so where I live or where I grew up in Connecticut is like Eastern Connecticut casinos, and I mean just into Rhode Island is where Hasbro was. And so there was kids I grew up with that their parents worked there. I'm like, I just need to get into one of their basements. Like, do they have this stuff? Does this stuff exist? Do they have I'm just convinced that kids I played soccer with, like their parents were just hoarding this stuff in their basement.
And it's down there. It's down there somehow.
Let me just stop by real quick. Hi. Played soccer with your twin daughters, when we were 12.
Oh man. All right. We'll just go through a couple of last things here. As far as Mattel's, these are some of the best figures Mattel has ever made of Hogan. The rip that you were just talking about.
So good, dude. So that set is so cool. Like, I regret. I saw Kurt. What's his last name? I get the
guy that
promoter.
Yeah. I know
the one that Mitch has got. But I saw him in a play in town,
Oh
And
yeah,
he's
yeah, I
playing-
remember that.
And he's playing a version of Vince McMahon, and I leave the house and I was like, I forgot the No Holds Barred set, but because I was like, I'll just have him sign the box, like
Right, that
that'd
would have
just
been
be
cool.
somebody different to have, you know?
Right. This is probably the best Hollywood Hogan they ever made. This is from that 3-pack, the signed one.
Yes,
I put the belt on him. And then the one that I showed before, this is also from the 3-pack. I don't know if you guys remember, but Hogan, back in the day, he always had the headband in his mouth when he was coming to the ring. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping Mattel makes this head with a yellow headband as well.
gotcha.
So those are probably my top 3 Mattels. And then my all-time, I can't leave this one out. I mean, I know this was a re-release, but they redid it. But WrestleMania 3 is my favorite.
It's perfect.
Perfect. I have a whole, out of all this room, I have a whole section just dedicated to WrestleMania 3, which is my favorite pay-per-view, and Hogan versus Andre is my favorite match of all time. And then my 2 favorite figures playing with as a kid, Hogan in the white shirt, even though he never wore that. I played with this more than Hogan #1.
Yeah, because 10-year-old Nick would argue that's a bootleg, because why would they sell it at KB Toys if it was real?
And then my all-time favorite figure to play with was Series 3 Hasbro.
Pretty great. That's that. What's that belt from? What's that company?
I think they're from England.
Hasbro Maniacs or something like that. Is that what it's called?
Something like that. They made like the different color IC belts and all that.
In the book and shit
awesome.
like that. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then I will leave you with this. This is a custom by LJN Custom Man on Instagram. And if you come to my house and you lift this, it is a 2-up. All resin, and Brian Myers came here and did a room tour for the Major Pod channel, and you can see him lifting this. And this bad boy is at least 20-something pounds, and custom belt, everything. This guy does unbelievable work. Look at him on Instagram, LJN Custom Man, all the way from Australia. He's the guy that made the custom
Liz, right?
Liz. Yes.
Yeah.
So he's on the verge of making some more Hogans, and I'm on that list to get it. But I mean, the paint job on this, bro, the work is unbelievable. This bad boy is heavy, big boy. So, I mean, obviously,
stands well though. Looks like it stands well.
Yeah, I put him on the bottom, the very, very, very bottom shelf, though. God forbid,
just to make kill something else. Yeah,
right. So, if you want to check out my whole collection. Like I said, Brian Myers was just here a couple of months, maybe 6 months ago. But, the problem is that my collection is changing every day. So,
evolving, dude, the way it's supposed to be.
Right. So they did a room tour. I did a room tour of my own, WrestleMania 40 weekend with my man Ron Bosch. Did that for me, cameraman, and edited it for me. And then eventually I'll make another one for my channel. Like I said, LipumaMania 1980 on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you love Hulk Hogan, everything's pretty much about Hogan. If you, you want to get a perspective of somebody that loved the guy for 40 plus years, check it out. I appreciate it. There's nothing but love here,
What a couple questions for have you been following Ricky Steamboat's kid with the stuff he's popping up, man?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen the box,
the check payoff, and the stuff that he's got signed. What a cool follow right now. Like,
yeah, I saw he had the ice cream box signed, but I'm coming correct, right? Hold on here, Nicky. It's not signed, but we got one too here.
Perfect.
And those go great with Tony Daughtry's.
Yeah, I knew you were the first. You were really one of the first people to buy and kind of promote it for him.
Yeah, my man Tony. I feel like I found him, and I let him spread his wings out. So there he is. This is the newer one, but there's an older version.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad. There's like these bootlegs.
Yeah,
these
seen them
guys
on
are already
eBay.
bootlegging. I know that his is is custom,
Top notch, bro. Top notch. Now he's so
on, dude.
He's so busy he can't even get my order in. Come on, Tony.
Did you get a macho?
No.
Oh, I know. I was just curious if you got to see the box, like if you got to see the box in person or whatever.
I saw it on your guys' pod. That thing looked awesome.
No, I'll bring it there next time. Next time we're gonna meet up, I'll bring it. Just see, it's real. Like the packaging that they put together for it is impressive.
Really well done, right?
Yeah. Really added to it because it's like that's part of the display. It's not just the bar. So
Right. Yeah, but check Tony out on Etsy. Oh man, no, I can't remember his Etsy's. He's gonna kill me.
He was funny. He was like
Retro Remix 3D.
Yeah, in Bulletproof Studios, he worked with for the Savage.
Right.
He's like, I heard you in the pod. Like, what are you looking for? And he's like, I just made a ton of wrestlers. Like, he's kind of working on doing a little bit of work on every wrestler, so some of the work is done. And then I was like, oh, if I get them done, I was like, I'd want Haku and Regal and Rick Rude. And he's like, cool. I don't have any of those three going, so I got to start.
You know what? As we're talking about Tony, he also made me this. My favorite Hasbro that I just showed. It's 3D printed. Hogan number 3.
How do you not have a custom helmet yet?
The war bonnet?
Yeah. How do you not have the war bonnet?
In the works,
dude?
brother. It's
okay,
in the works.
All right. Oh, sorry. Is that a spoiler?
Yeah, spoiler free. They do have it at the beach shop. I don't believe it's for sale, and it's the actual one. But I don't know. That would be pretty awesome. But
I would like. Yeah, no, I think I want a LiPuma. I think I want a LipumaMania war bonnet.
I appreciate it. And listen, man. I know sometimes I get some he doesn't have the biggest collection. I'm not trying to say I have the biggest collection. I am just trying to
guy was still the guy that. So guys, so I met Mike through, like, I knew of him through the Major Pod group, and then the first year in Boston I introduced myself because I was like, well, clearly this is Mike, like I'll talk to him.
Man, that was the first time we met.
That was the first time I introduced myself, was at Kowloon's, the Hurricane Day.
Shit.
Yeah, I just caught you in the parking lot. I think I was selling something to somebody. I was like,
okay. I was dressed like Hollywood.
Yeah, but he was wearing chocolate shorts, guys. It was very rare for him. There was a guy that was in the Major Pod group, and he was like, yeah, I've seen what he has. I'm not that impressed. And it was like, but he never came back with who the person was that had a better collection,
had more,
which is fine. You can have.
Exactly.
No collection is the best collection because it's all what you want to collect. Like you are truly collecting what's important to you. And as before we went on the air, we were talking about people that are new to it and they're like, oh, what should I get? It's like, there's never a checklist. You buy what you want. If you want to be complete on something, go ahead. But it becomes an OCD thing. Like it was me with elites for a long time. I wanted every single elite. And then I finally didn't buy a couple. And it was like, all right, I broke the streak. Let's move on.
Right. And if you want to collect your stuff and keep it in box.
If you want to do just rookie things, you want to do
it's yours. And
exactly.
And the reason why I started my YouTube channel was because I wanted to share my collection with not just the Major Pod group, not just Fit Cave, but the world. Because I get messages from Germany, I get messages from England, and because YouTube is worldwide, anybody can watch it. So that's why I started it, and just to show my collection and share my love of Hogan. That's all. And I love to see other people's collections. Some people have tons of ring-worn stuff. I don't collect that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean that's pretty much it.
Yeah. That you got to get that. What was the one in Spain with the weird doll heads?
I have.
There's a Hogan, right? Or you have it, or is
it? It's right. Hold on, let me move my camera.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
There it is. Okay.
It's right there. You can see it.
Yeah, with the weird doll heads. Yeah.
It's
so
there. I mean, I tried to get some stuff down.
Star Toys.
Yeah. I tried to get some stuff down, but it's too
I get
much.
it. I do it. I was gonna get my signed Hogan Ultimates, and I'm like, I can't get a good advantage at it right now. So.
Yeah,
that's all right.
But
What do you think of them redoing the Hogan LJN?
I love it. I mean, that figure is not worth that much money. I mean, not mock. I mean, open. That figure is not worth that much. But I loved it, and then Target went and canceled my pre-order last week. So,
Or I got a few coming, and it's it's a Hogan figure. Like,
yeah, I appreciate anybody that can look out for me. But
when's the last time a Hogan figure really sold out, though?
But now who knows, bro? Who knows how much these are gonna have on the shelf because they're so big. But apparently, if you check out with PayPal with Target.com, that's how your stuff gets canceled. So I'm not sure.
Really?
But, yeah. But I'm hoping they make another mold. You know what I mean? Or something different. But I guess they had to come out the gate with the same as Series 1. It's a subtle differences. The tan, the legs are a little closer, but should be cool. I can't wait to see the posters, see what they look like.
Curious what they do with the belts. If they're going to be nostalgic to that, or if like the newer guys will have newer belts, or how they do that.
Right. Yeah, because who they said Uso and Punk now, right? They're coming out.
Yeah, and I'm very, to be part. I guess it's not my company. Big Rubber Guys is not my company, but to be part of the Major Pod as they grow from Major Bendy's to Big Rubber Guys, and as far as I know, it's the same sculptor. So,
really?
Let that on, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Or it's same scale, same. So.
And just like I said, I don't collect anybody really but Hogan. I did start a Big Rubber Guy collection. I got the Brawler, I got the Powers of Pain, I got the Islanders coming, I got Brody coming, and Demolition. So like I said, I'm an LJN kid, and once I started looking at them, and they really look good. So I got to make I'm looking at the shelf where they're at.
And if you're getting, if you could go completely loose with it, and then you could keep the package on the side, and if you want to get it signed, like it's such a huge window. Like I was going to buy all older guys, but I bought the Hardys specifically. I was like, this is what I'm going to have signed in person by them.
Right.
It's this huge window, and they can each kind of have fun with it. So,
especially Jeff's autograph is ridiculous.
Yeah, I want the painting. I want whatever he does special for that. I'll pay for it. I don't care.
Right. Right. See, stuff like that, you don't mind paying the extra money because he's practically painting on your figure.
Correct. Yeah, but I think I have a good amount. Slaughter, for some reason, I just kept missing Slaughter. I just did not buy him, and I was not about to give it Marty Jannetty $1 of my money. So,
yeah, I don't know how good that one sold.
But like they talked about this week, it would be funny if they did do a Sean in a very similar. Really get the brands that kind of coexist.
Right.
Or whatever Sean they make, is they could do a matching Marty. So.
Right, like a little wink back at them. Right, and plus this Marty would be the new sculptor, right?
Yes, yeah.
Right, because as good as those first Demolitions are, the new ones are ridiculous compared to those.
Yeah, for sure. Like I sold my first, dude. The original Matt and Brian shot up in price. I was like,
those aren't that
I'll sell these. I'll sell this set for $200 signed. Sure, I don't care.
Compared to the new ones, they're not that good.
I got them so cheap because Carrie Cowling won them, and she did not want to fly home with them.
Oh, nice.
I was like, well, I'll give you this much. She's like, okay.
Where was that? Baltimore?
Okay. I guess I own them now. Yeah.
That was in Baltimore?
Boston.
Oh, okay. She went to a Boston show? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I got
2 years ago or something like that. She came up and she was like, I don't want to fly home with these. Like, I'll buy them. Or Tommy from Legal negotiated the deal for me. So
it's a lot to fly home with those. But you want to see one more cool thing I got?
You know I do. Let's see it.
Coliseum home video. I love cardboard cutouts. This I just got. It was part of that.
I was there when you got the Suburban Commando one.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
I think I filmed before. I think I held the camera for you. Yeah.
Look at this standee. Never used.
It's always funny when he's wearing gear he didn't like. I mean, I guess he wore it before.
Yeah, he wore that. He wore that, and he wore that shirt.
But I'm saying, but not like what you're used to, I guess.
Right. And then you know what's cool about this? The guy that sold it. This is actually from Steve Taylor. He used to be a photographer for WWF in the 80s and the 90s. Okay. This is all from his collection. The cool thing about this is last year I bought this little pamphlet from him promoting Coliseum home videos. Oh. And guess what? That was definitely made for that.
Bro, you need to scan that. You need to scan that and get so you could fill it with some bootleg ones.
Very
scan
cool,
it up, get it printed out, good paper stock, so you could just You have it bumped out.
Right. Yeah, that's. I mean, I had to put that little box. It was flat. I had to put it together and push through the cardboard. So I mean, that thing is nearly 40 years old and was never even used. But I love Coliseum on video. I know I keep on saying it. I love standees. Any standee that promoted a pay-per-view or something like that, and Hogan's on it, I try to get. I have a cool SummerSlam match made in hell, match made in heaven one with the flames and everything. But I'm gonna do an updated room tour soon. So be on the lookout for that. And Nick, I appreciate you having me on, brother.
No, man, I knew we needed to talk about it. It needed to be therapeutic for both of us. Like we needed an ode to Hogan. I know it's a month and a half late or a month late, but
it was good timing, man. And Hogan was the Babe Ruth of wrestling, man. You know what I mean?
I agree. I was very upset when Warrior beat him, dude. I was so pissed.
I cried
because I have pay-per-view. I had to wait until that night to see, and that's when they would give the entire. They would show so many clips back in the day of pay-per-views. Like, it was so funny. Like, now you get nothing, but now you get still shots of mid-match. But
that was a good match, though. It was a good match.
Dude, thank you for joining me. Hey guys, everybody, LipumaMania 1980. It's all over the place. A lot of videos, a lot of content. At least hop in there, give some thumbs up on some videos after you watch it. But I always try to do that first. I'm like, let me get a thumbs up. I'm gonna watch this in a minute.
Thanks, I appreciate it. That's also my handle on Instagram on my wrestling page, LipumaMania 1980. So check it out.
Sweet.
If you love Hulk Hogan, if you're into 80s wrestling, 90s wrestling,
even just the nostalgic level of it, man, is like perfect. So
right, I try to have an unboxing video at least once a week. So I got a couple in the bag that I'll be putting out.
Oh, you're the Kyle Peterson. You're the Kyle Peterson of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan unboxing.
You got to film like 3 a day and then spread them out.
Yeah, that's madness, dude. I don't know how that dude does it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Anyway, thank you for coming on, dude. We'll chat.
Thank you, brother. And like I finished with my videos, Hulkamania will live forever.
We'll leave it there. Peace.